Right, Sketchbook Heroes, we got another little simple drawing here. We're going to jump to this drawing here on our page here. We've got this one here. Oh, we've got some perspective angles. We just talked about angles. We're going to do a little bit of angles here on this drawing. Let's find the unit. Let's use the head because it looks like a square, but we can use a circle. Actually, well, I don't know. Should I use a circle or a square? You can either use a circle or a square because it has the same ratio, height 0 to 0. Well, it's 1 to 1. I'm sorry, 0 to 0. Am I talking about? A lot of action happening here. So it's 1 to 1. There's our head. We can use that as a guide to kind of get everything else kind of put here. So we'll see. There's one head, two heads, three heads, better than one. And you see it's about 3 heads tall here as she's sitting. Then we've got, let's put some more circles here. These are just units. All right, you can see there. Ooh, look at that, right at the table. 1, 2. There we go. 2 circles, two heads are better than one right there at that table. And that really helps with spacing because that's the biggest challenge with drawing, getting the spacing right there. Look at those 4 circles. And that really helps. So we've got that, and you can see without even planning. Okay, these things just happen. It really does. All right, let's do this. Let's do this one. Let's see, where's my chat? There we go. Let's put it in the chat and jump on this one. Jump on this drawing. There she goes. Now she's hello. My granddaughter. Yes, I'm a grandpa. All right, here we go. All right, kiddies, we're going to be drawing little stick figures. Here we go. All right, enough silliness. All right, yeah, I guess I'm happy today, and I'm always happy, but yeah, a day without a laugh is a day wasted. And here we go. Happy, joy, joy. We got our 3 circles. We got actually the whole kind of see how this whole thing's going to fit. We've got 1 circle here, another circle there, another circle there, and this is just blocking it in. 1, 2, 3, and then the 4 circles at the bottom. And I might have to move things over, but I can already see how it's going to fit right there. It's 3 by 4. That's the ratio, 3 by 4. And I can see if I need to make it bigger or move it over. I can do that like really quickly because I didn't spend a lot of time seeing this big picture, right? There it is. So I can see it's gonna fit in there. So let's jump to the face always. Let's jump to this face. All right, let's zoom in, a little zoom on the Zoom meeting tonight. I'm thinking of actually doing a YouTube live. I don't know. We'll see if we'll go to YouTube live, but I don't know. We'll see.
Eladio,
Yes,
um,
I'm not sharing. Gotcha. Thanks. I I get lost. I get lost in my head. I forget. I need a producer. I need a little like somebody doing the camera, making sure. But thank you. That's why you're here. All right. So there's my close up. So yeah, 3 circles and then 4 circles. Right when you said it, I look up and like, oh, okay, yeah, I see it. Yep. You'll see, and that's how you learn from your mistakes. Like, okay, you do it so much, like you keep making the same mistake over and over, like, oh, okay, then you learn from it. I love that poem. Oh my gosh, that poem. I don't know if somebody wants to look it up and put it in the chat. I bring it up every once in a while because I love it. I love that poem. It's written by a nun. It's something like a hole in the street, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'll look it up. But see, this is where yeah, it's really cool because you run across these problems and sometimes you run across the same problem. You'll start recognizing it like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I've been here before. You got to do something different. Einstein's definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing, trying to find a different result. It doesn't work. So here we go. When you got to find what works. So you break this into fourths like we always do because it works. There we go. Break this into fourths. And I can see that using the fourths, that the hair is actually on this side a little bit. So, oh, she just left. My daughter. All right, so here we go. Broken into fourths, and then I can see just on this side of the fourth, and I didn't break it down. I wish I would have, but I can see it's probably right there, right about there. This is where this hairline kind of comes in, right in there, in that circle. And then I can see that this hair, and I'm not even, there's a lot up and down, but I can see this big shape for this hair. I can see this big shape that kind of, oops, let's bring it in a little bit. It probably doesn't go out that much. I'm looking at 2 different pictures here. And the hair just kind of comes in here and almost straight. This one has a slight angle to it. And then here, and then her whole torso. It's going to be right in here. I can sketch it in lightly. There's a torso, and then she's sitting down. We've got 3 circles. Yeah, we got sitting like right there. The bottom is right on that chair, and then her legs actually go below our circles. So make sure you have that space, because even though we have our 4 circles, it is actually a little bit more than 4 circles. 3 circles tall. It's a little bit more, slightly more. All right, here we go. Let's go back to the face. Yeah, it's a little slightly more. We'll go back to there. Let's go back and let's zoom in on the face so you can see what we're talking about here. We got our circle, and then we've got, if I break that in half already, then that in fourths, we got this eye is fitting in here in that half, right? It's pretty big, and I can see the space between the eye and the hair. And it's got this worried face on her. Lulu Ilustraciones. Lulu. And she's got this worried look. Really interesting. That mouth is what really makes it look worried. I'm trying to see the spacing in here, making sure it's gonna fit the mouth, because the mouth is gonna be like right about there. The eye's gonna be right about there. I can see the eye and the mouth together, and it's on this half, on that half line. Right there. The eye does squeeze. It's not a perfect circle. It does squeeze a little bit smaller at the top. It's a little bit wider at the bottom, right about there. And then you've got that pupil that's right about there, and the lower fourth of that circle that I just drew right there. And then you've got the you know what? It's looking. There you go. This second eye is more rounded. But I think my spacing is off. I put more space. The eyes are closer together. I should have started with this eye. Oh well. Yeah, I can see the problem. I'm gonna leave it. It's okay. The spacing is off. Maybe I'll try it again. If at first you don't succeed, good enough is not good enough. If it can be better, it can be better. But I don't know. I'll do it again. Okay. So not here though. I can pull out this cheek because it's not perfectly rounded. It's a little bit pulled. It's got a little more cheekiness to her. And then there it goes. And this is where a square would kind of, I kind of saw this square. But it's a square and a circle together. And she's got that worried look, just that mouth down really makes that difference. And there's that express yourself, getting expressions. That's so cool. Getting feelings, getting in touch with what you're thinking and feeling, and that's what art is, trying to do that. Here we go. So the hair here is interesting. Hair kind of goes here. You have one part, and then here the second part. There's a slight kind of like circle underneath that as it comes down here. And this is the big shape, right? This is the medium-sized shape. The big shape would probably be like that shape, but this is the medium-sized shape. And then there's detail on this, the detail of the hair that goes in and out. Right on top of this, it goes in and out like these little shark fins, these little razor blades, these little serratus edge. Yeah, it is a word. Look it up. Serratus. 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 I think so. Oh, I don't have my Google. Oh, Bixby. Okay, Bixby. Spell serratus. See if it does it. No. Oh, maybe my battery died. Oh, my phone might have been lowly charged. I don't know. I don't hear it. Oh, there it is. Maybe it needs to be on. Okay, Bixby, spell serratus. No, didn't work. Hello, can someone post the pic we are sketching? Sure. Oh, Priyanka. Yeah, it's there. Somebody posted. Oh, I can repost it. It's there. It's just downloading it and posting it up again. All right, so here we have that angle. Then the hair. I'll try to draw it real quick. I don't know. Can I do that? I think somebody can do it. Somebody might have downloaded it already. Just upload it. I didn't download it this time. I can actually screenshot it. That would probably be the fast way I can do it. Screenshot it again. There we go. Doesn't have my guidelines. And let's see, somebody just sent me something over here. Let's see. Wow, I can't wait to look as good as you do. Well, you'll have to go through a lot of Oh God. It's it's that one. You'll have to go through a lot of stuff. Yeah, right. Somebody just sent me that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You gotta go through the bad drawings to get to the good drawings. All right, so you can see the hair kind of go in and out, that flow, that line. Start off with that big shape, but then I can see that flowing line, and then here I can see the big shape here, that big shape, and then I can see the smaller shape that's in there, the little back and forth of the hair that just kind of goes on that line, right? So being able to go back and forth and do that. Oh, I didn't post it. Jeez, I got thrown off. I'm like everywhere. I'm scattered today. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Something's happening here. Did it? Why isn't it sending? Uh-oh, hold on. Oh, there it goes. Ah, whew. Something's happening. Something's happening. Oh, you're welcome. All right. What it is ain't exactly clear. So there's little ovals in here. Speaking of ovals, we were doing some oval warm-ups. There's a little oval right in there. You'll see them surprisingly stand out in some places without even knowing. So there's two ovals for that shirt. And then let's see. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. That was then there's the nose. Let's get the nose. Almost forgot the nose. It's a pointy nose. It's rounded though, but it's a triangular, simple triangle nose. Um, and I think I'm making her a little more cheeky than she is. I think maybe, I don't know, there's something off with her proportions. I can stand there and look and figure it out, but I think it might be definitely this eye, and this is probably a little more rounded. This eye could probably be a little bigger. Yeah, I'm seeing it. I think maybe it could be a little wider, but I already drew it in. Yeah, there we go. A little bit wider. All right. Yeah, and then there's a lot of detail in her hair. And they're just lines with some shading lines here and there. There's some shading, like right in this whole front part, there's some shading, gives it some form. This really gives it some form because this puts this whole hair in shadow and gives it that form. And it also has it in this front part of the hair, this whole shadow part, and then the lines are on top of it. And there's shadows here and there. And then I would probably just put some shadows in there. Scribbles. All right. She looks frazzled. I don't know what she's trying to eat. I don't know if they're veggies or who knows what. Hey, there's another oval. I see it on the table. There's two ovals, three ovals. More ovals, please. Here we go. So I can see that here's the torso, the arms. It's going to be in that torso area. Then we've got the bottom. Actually, it's probably like two circles. That bottom is we're sitting on the chair. And then the feet come down. Here's our circle. The feet come down. Here's our chair. And there's some angles here. There's going to be some angles. And I actually looked at this earlier, so I kind of know what the angles are. These angles are going to be horizontal. This is the table. All these table lines are horizontal, which just makes it pretty easy. We've got a lot of horizontal lines. And then we've got the table lines. So we've got the table lines. The vanishing point is somewhere up. I didn't really check, but it's going to be up in here somewhere. Why don't I go ahead and check with my ruler? Let's check on the drawing itself. There we go. Here we go. There's oh, don't tell me. Oh yeah, it's the top. The vanishing point is at the top of the table. So it's going to be up here. There's a vanishing point. But don't worry about it. But yeah, there's going to be a vanishing point at the top of the table, at the middle of the table. And we've got the middle of the table is in between these two circles. So it's actually a little bit more over there. All right, so that's going to be our vanishing point. It's going to be there. And it doesn't have to be exact. It's going to be in that's the point where we have some lines that need to go there. That's perspective. All right, so we've got the top of the table. And actually, oh, that goes to another vanishing point. Yeah, they're really playing with this. Let me see. Yeah, they have, that's interesting. They have different vanishing points. It is a cartoon though, so. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, the vanishing point here, it goes to the eye level, which it should for the top of the table. So let's get this character drawn in, and then we'll worry about the table. We'll do her first. She's on this half of that circle, this half of the body. So there's the torso. I did do those two little circles Comes down for the pants. There's a little bit of a curve here and a little bit of an angle. It does go back and curve back. It's just this line right there. See, there's a slight angle and curve. So from here to here for that back. There's a shoulder to cry on, and then there's an arm that comes down here. She's got her hands on her lap. Another hand down here that's hiding. No fingers, no fingers. Sometimes you don't need it. You got to know what if you're just making a joke, you know, sometimes just the minimalist is the best. And know what the joke is, or get your idea across, what's important. That's why in the sketchbooks, you don't worry about spelling. You don't worry about, you worry about what you're thinking and feeling, because that's not wrong. That's not wrong. It's comes from you. You got to start believing in what you think and what you feel and getting it out there, and then, reading it later and say, oh, wait a minute, that's a good idea, or that's not a good idea. I need to change this, add that. That's why sketchbooks or even journals are really good. All right, we have actually a little bit of an oval in here. This is part of an oval. This bottom, these are like cylinders. There's a little bit of a puff to it. And then the body curves back, and the front also kind of curves back and forward in there too. So kind of you got to see that whole body shape, but the overlapping, there's an arm in front of it. There's noodle arm that comes over it. So I'm trying to do them together, but this is on top, so we got to do this first. The hand like around like a spoon, a little bit of a spoon hand coming back, and then the shirt goes in front. There we go. See that little curve kind of echoing the back, and then here the bottom underneath that. Ooh, a little overlapping in there. That's how artists create space. So there's some overlapping with that arm above that. And again, if this is too simple, you should be looking for other drawings and practice other drawings. It's always this. It's all the same. It's all the same. Only the faces change. Wasting away. Because I'm a wanted man. There we go. All right, so I can see right in here where that arm is, and I can already did this line here. This is where the top of the table is. See, I found this connection here, and this is already kind of guessed it, and it's good, and it's good, and it's gone right there. That's where that corner of that table is. I can see the thickness of that table, and I know it's two circles, two heads long, so we're going to go two heads right there, and we're going to go and then just create that rectangle. I'm not worried about that ratios because I'm pretty sure it's really close. Could be wider, could be longer. No, we know it should be about two circles long. Right in there, there's that table. And then there's like a vanishing point. We'll use the center here. This is the center of those two circles going up right where those eyes are, kind of going up. And this point right in here is where the lines of this top of the table kind of go. See, that's vanishing point perspective. So this angle here, there it is, and this angle here. All that work just for those two little angles. And here's the top. Take it to the top. There it is. Oh, and I just lost. Because like right in the middle is the cup. There's a cup that's right in the middle. I closed it off. There it is. And then there's also here, there's overlapping the dish, which is an oval. We talked about these ovals. So let's get that cup in there first, because it's like right there, and then we can put that dish in there. Because there's an oval at the top. Right there, that oval. You see, it's why you got to practice your ovals. And here's the bottom of that cup. And then here's another oval. Like right, I'm gonna bring it up a little higher, so there's a little more. There we go. So it doesn't have a tangent, because in the drawing they have a tangent. And then the cup, a little bit of shading on one side. Then we have it over here. I don't know what it looks like. It's I don't know, potatoes and vegetables. It's just kind of like, oh, I don't know what the caption is, but there's no caption. It's just a drawing. Let's get that oval in here. Oops, try to get it right. Right. it to fit, and get it to look good. I'm gonna push it a little bit. Yeah, I should have a smoother, more paper underneath because my table's a little got texture. That'll pick it up. There we go. That's good. And there's a concentric circle, which is just a little bit on the inside. And then you've got the stuff. You've got the potatoes and some kind of greens and some kind of browns. A little meat or something scribbled in. Doesn't look that colorful here because there's no color. Don't worry about that. If you want to add color, you can add color. But yeah, there's something on the plate she doesn't like. That expression says it all. All right. Lulu illustrations, ilustraciones in Spanish. All right. All right. Looking good, looking good. Let's finish this up. All right, let's finish this up. The legs on the chair and the more angles. All right, so let me see. Ooh, this angle's way up here. Actually, it's going beyond. It should be going to that vanishing point, but it's a little steeper. It's like up here. So I don't know. We got this angle. I'm gonna bring it a little steeper, and then see the spacing between the back and here. See that space in the back. So I'm gonna have to bring that forward. And here's that Y we were talking about in cubes. This is the Y. See, this is the Y. This is why we do the Y right in there. This is the point that's closest to us. Here it is. This one's going straight across. And then all the other lines kind of echo those three lines. So you have this line angle and then this angle kind of going in that same direction. And it gets lost in the hair. Actually, it's probably a little more vertical, but I'm fighting it because I should go to the vanishing point. There we go. And then you've got this line straight up and down, and you got this line straight up and down. Then you've got the line, ooh, on her. She's sitting on the chair, a little bit of a little bottom here. And there's a folds. And then we've got this angle. See that angle up there? The same down here. Right in there. And then this angle up here, down here, straight across. And then here we go. I may have to bring it down a little bit because she's sitting, or bring this up. You can adjust it and fix it and shade it in, shade your mistakes in, fix it. There we go. Let's clean this up a little bit. It should have gone. There, that's it. And the legs come down. I can see the legs come down. The legs are going to go behind the legs of the table. So I'm going to try to use my x-ray vision and see what these legs look like in front or behind the table. And then as well as the feet, I can say, okay, there's a foot right there. And then I can put the legs in front, right? But if I don't have the legs in the back, then my structure will be off. And I can see the relationship of the feet. This is the bottom of the foot to the bottom of the feet of the chair. Yes, the chair has feet. The table has feet. There we go. It's quite a feat. All right, here we go. Get a foot above. There's a thickness to this chair on this side. There's this rectangle, just like this rectangle that's facing us. The sides are vertical. The tops and bottoms are horizontal. There it is. Then we just, yeah, hopefully that's not too confusing. You got to see this rectangle. So see this rectangle? Well, all we're going to do is do some more rectangles. We'll do I'll break it down. This can get confusing. All right, so here you would have the other rectangles that are facing us because there is some perspective. I'll bring it in a little bit. There's a rectangle here for this leg. The top is horizontal. The sides are vertical, which means straight up and down. Same thing with this back leg in here. It does come in a little bit. Well, probably more than I did. This comes out. That's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. What's important are these angles here. You don't see it, but this angle here and that angle, this angle going back up, should be echoed here in this bottom part. Because then that gets us our other side of our cube. This is, we did cubes. There's a cube right in here. It's a long stretched out cube, believe it or not. There it is for that back leg. And then here's another one on that same angle. See, I'm just continuing that. It should be, I don't know if they have that. I'm gonna bring it in and then up right on this line right in there. I have another rectangle. So on that line more or less, I have another rectangle that's facing us. See, this is facing us. This is facing us. And then we got the side that's not facing us, this dark one. We need to do the same thing with the same angle at the bottom. Just that little angle right there makes that difference. And then bring it up. And then shade that in as well. Or see, that's the different side. We're doing 3D space, 3D, VR, AR, VR, AI, all that stuff here on Sketchbook Warrior, Sketchbook Heroes. What's the difference between a warrior and a hero? Well, heroes help each other out. So if you help me out, you're a hero. If you're here just struggling and fighting the good fight, you're a warrior. If you help others, you're a hero. That's the difference. All right, so here we're just helping each other out. A little fighting the good fight. There we go. This is drawing. If you're uploading pictures, you're a hero. All right. All right, here we go. Let's go with I know there's this leg, but we got to do the legs of the table in front of her legs. So again, we'll do the rectangle that's facing us first. This is the rectangle that's just simplest. The sides are horizontal, the bottom is the sides are vertical, the sides and tops. The bottom of the top is horizontal. There we go. And then we've got, if I'm going to probably have to bring this foot up. Yeah, this should go lower. Let me bring this down. Focus. That's such a skill. I've been doing my research on focus, and I came across so many books on focus. It's really interesting. Oh, and Uberman Labs. I love Uberman Labs. It's a podcast, YouTube channel. He's a guy from Stanford. Talks about focus. It's really good. I was watching another video on focus. All right, so this little angle here kind of should aim for this cup. Should aim for this cup here. That's where the vanishing point is for these table legs. For some reason, they're lower. And it's just a little bit. It's just a little bit because then here's the thickness. This is the part that goes back in space and is away from us. This little thickness. That's the same thing as these legs here. These legs, this is that second side. Even though there's 6 sides, you only see 2. Each cube has 6 sides. So you have the top, the front, the back, the left side, the right side, but you only see, and the bottom, but you only see 2 sides. You only see 2 sides. Yeah, there it is. All right, let's get this other leg on this other side. We can follow this one if you need to use a little guideline. You get this other leg that goes in here. Right there. Let's get that other leg. So do the same as that first one. So I got our 2 verticals. There's our horizontal. And then here the bottom should be aiming up towards the cup. Right there, this from this corner. From this corner up to the cup, up that way. And just this little angle, this angle right in there. See, that's that angle. Oof. How do you find those angles? So like that. You got to know where they're going. If you don't know where you're going, gotta look at where you've been. If you don't know where you've been, you don't know where you're going. Any road will take you there. All right. I don't know who said that. It's a famous quote. All right, I know I want the other leg, back leg, to be back here somewhere. See, on this path, I just find a little point on this path and bring it up to right there. And that little point, I can just go straight up from there, straight back, and then straight up. And there's my little rectangle. And it's back in perspective on this angle here. Same angle, I'll use that same angle. Just a little bit right there, just a little bit going back. Going back into space. Perspective, this is perspective. On a simple, almost, it's not quite a stick figure. It's a little, next level, this is next level. Definitely next level. And I know the vanishing point's up there, so I'm gonna bring that back down here so I can get that last leg on this table. This angle right up there. I'm using that as a guide. Now I can actually use this other leg because it should be coming across there to find that one point. See, there's that point. And from here, I can go straight up, horizontal, vertical, straight up. Straight up now, tell me. Do you really want to love me forever? Or am I just a hit and run? All right, here we go. Ooh, it's gonna be a wild night. Oh my gosh, if I'm like this right now, can't imagine what I'm gonna be like later. So we're gonna go for another hour or two. It's already gonna be 8. I go to 10 sometimes. So let's see. No, am I going slow or I feel like I'm going slow. I can speed it up. I don't want to lose people. Or maybe I
Can
am.
you explain what a vanishing point is?
Yes, a vanishing point. Wow. So perspective. Oh, we've got a really good drawing that's going to have that next. We have a um all right, a vanishing point. We have actually we're going to be drawing a barn. But anyways, a vanishing point helps with cubes in space. So what happens is you have a really quick, because people spend weeks and months and the whole semesters on learning perspective. So you have your horizon line. It's also known as your eye level. Things that are below that, you're looking down on. Things that are above, you're looking above. But it's really a system, and they only discovered this, or yeah, 500 years ago during the Renaissance. Because before that, they didn't have perspective. So it's biggest thing you see is cubes because that really helps with angles. So this is your vertical, and you have 2 points to make a line. So these 2 points would go to vanishing points. There's 1 point vanishing points, and there's 2 point, and it gets complicated. But this is a 2 point vanishing points because I have. Let me see. Am I zooming out? There we go. 2 vanishing points here on the side. And the rule says the rules, because there's rules with perspective. Your lines need to be going vertical or to the vanishing point. Here we go. So this goes to this vanishing point back here, back there. See, I'm drawing just freehand. This to there to there. We've got a barn we're going to be drawing, and this comes up to there like that. And then you've got your horizontal, your verticals, and your vertical. Now this is like a more complicated way to draw cubes and stuff, but it's more accurate because as things go back in space, they get smaller and disappear. So here's that cube here. There we go. Which is probably, I don't know, should probably go maybe out a little bit more to make it a real cube, because that's probably.
Also, isn't there like 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4
Yes.
point, like all
Yes.
these different?
Right. So
Space.
yeah, I'll go over that. So this is a 2 point perspective. This is 2 point perspective, and I can make this into a street. I can add another, line here, another point here, and then these lines here would be going back to that vanishing point. And it's this illusion of space as things go back. Actually, these lines get closer together. I can make this into a building, right? Or a chair. I can make this into a chair. The only limitation is your imagination, but this really just helps guide with drawings in space. Because it goes above our horizon line, this line would go down. This is where it gets confusing. People get confused. But yeah, there's a lot of good videos, and I have a whole web page on that. If you want to learn more about that, I can put it in the chat. There's a lot of videos and stuff. I'll put it in the chat next. But we have a really cool barn that we're gonna be drawing next. So I think that's next. Let me see. Is it there? No, we've got some St. Patrick stuff, some trees, and then the barn. Although I can probably move the barn up. Oh, and then some. Oh man. Oh, there's the barn. Actually it's not a barn. It's a Abraham Lincoln log house. That's what it is. It's a
A
log
cabin.
cabin. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, you're showing your city boy stuff again there.
That's right. Shitty
I
boy.
vote for moving it up. There seems to be interest in perspective.
Yeah, all right. Well, we can move that up. We can move all the other stuff back and do that next. We have a St. Patrick drawing to do. Yeah, because since there's interest in the perspective. So yeah, it's basically that's it. It's how making things to make it more realistic. Let's see. Let's do some more vanishing points.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. No, actually, let me do 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. So you can see what it looks like. So with 1 point perspective, usually have like a 1 point there. You have your horizon line again, which is also your eye level. And really, it's really got to practice this. You really got to practice. And with this one, your rules are simple, but very hard. Your lines have to go to the vanishing point, or they have to be vertical or horizontal. So here's the cube right here, right? So here's my square. This is for 1 point. And then you have the corners go to that vanishing point, going back in space. And as it goes back into space, it gets smaller and smaller. So here's this cube there. Verticals are vertical, horizontals are horizontal, come across here. So here's that cube. And we're actually standing here. This is if we were an actual person, we'd be looking at this space. We're looking down at this, whatever this is. And even with 1 point perspective, you actually do interiors inside of a room. Let's say this is a chair or whatever, a table. Could be a table. That's going to a vanishing point. But this is 1 point. But even here, let's say we can do a wall. This box that's against this wall. It's going to a vanishing point. You can see the top of the room, the back of the room. And then if you wanted to put a window on this wall right there, you can see that wall right there. Your sides would be up and down, but the tops and the bottoms would go to that vanishing point. So here we have a window. So it's just it's kind of mechanical. It can be frustrating for like an artist that likes to be free. But once you understand these rules, you don't even have to follow them that much. Like the drawing we just did right now. She kind of understood perspective. We're not going to draw that other chair, but you can see that's it. So that's 1 point. That other one was 2 point. Where's our 2 point? Lost the 2 point. That's 2 point. 3 point. Yeah, here's 2 point. That's 2 point. You can see the 2 vanishing points. And this is 1 point. Interior. You can do this interior, exterior. This would be another wall here. These lines here all go to that vanishing point. And it's just simple rules. It's a simple rule. And it's really understanding space and if I were to do this is interesting with a 1 point perspective. I like doing this. Is actually watch this. Putting equidistant points here. And then from the vanishing point just coming out all on those points. And that's a plane, right? So here's a plane. And as it gets closer, they should get wider. This would be a checkered. This could be a checkered tiled or whatever floor. You can see that floor, but it's going back into a 1 point perspective, right? And I can do that same tiled floor here, but it would be in 2 point perspective, and my tiled floor would be going like this. You can see the patterns. So that's 1 point, 1 point, 2 point, and then 3 point is a little more difficult. But let's do this 3 point perspective. All right, so 3 points, you can have it, you still have your horizon line. You can have your third vanishing point below or above, depends on your point of view. I kind of did it in one of the warm-ups. Where's it at? I did have it, and your vanishing point down at the bottom. Your lines would be coming down like this. Oh, to your vanishing point, yeah. So here we go. And a lot of times some of the vanishing points are off the page. That's what makes it kind of difficult because you only have so much because then you start getting all this weird distortion. Some of these vanishing points should be off the page because you really start getting distortions. So I'm doing 3 vanishing points, 1, 2, and 3. The 2 on the horizon line and then 1 below. So if you want to make look at something really big, there we go. Here you'd have like this third vanishing point, and I can turn it around. You have this third vanishing point coming down like this. Oh, you know what? There's kind of like that in one of our drawings tonight too, that we're not going to draw because it's way off topic. Not topic, but it's way off of the season. I remember seeing it. It was a Halloween one. Has like a third vanishing point. Anyways, so I've got this horizontal line here, this vanishing point there. So the rule is, yeah, lines need to go to the vanishing points. Unless
The question in the chat, someone's asking, do you always have to use the vanishing point rule when you're
no,
drawing?
you don't always have to. You don't always have to. You can break the rules, but you want to understand the rules before you can break them, right? You don't want to just break the rules and why you're breaking. Because what's more important is what you're trying to say. But this is only supposed to be like a guide. You don't always have to use it. but you have to kind of should understand it somewhat. And if you don't fully understand it, that's okay. You know, you just kind of have an idea, and the more you do it, like, okay, the more you want to, yeah, but great question. Thank you for pointing it out. Oh, you're welcome. Okay, so here you have this vanishing point that goes up here, and here's the top, and you can see this building or whatever, this block. Basically, it's just a box, right? So it's a box, but now it's coming up like that. And it's watch this. I'm gonna do an optical illusion here. So we have this building. We're gonna do it two different ways. All these lines here, if they had windows, would be going to the vanishing point. The tops and the bottom, all these windows would be going to this vanishing point on this side and to this vanishing point on this side, as it goes to that vanishing point. So if it was a building, and you can see let's say you're standing down here, there's a street, and I don't know, there's an opening to the building right here. Here's another opening to the building right there to get into the building. Elevator at the top. See, so it kind of gives you that sense of actually, yeah, it's this space. But you can turn it around. There we go. Now that looks like it's a taller building, right? It can even be a tower. This could be the tower. Put new doors down here, and this is closer, so it's because it's bigger. And here, this is kind of like a weird perspective. We can actually probably, if we're looking down on it, yeah, we're looking down on it. Let's see, you can see the top of this. This would make more sense because it's getting bigger. Because you got to know where you are in space. Yeah, there you go. You would see the top of it, and this side here would go to that vanishing point. This point would go to that vanishing point, and here you could see the top of the building, and it gets bigger because we're up here. So it's a little awkward because we're kind of looking here. We're up here, but yeah, it starts getting really weird. But that's it. This one's probably better because we're down here, and it's going to just continue going up. We can actually have this building going higher and higher and really far, getting small as it goes really tall, like a tower. You see, here we go. There's a tower. The Tower of Babylon. Okay, enough babbling on. That's 3-point perspective. 1, 2, 3, and then you can move it around, have more points and stuff like that. It does get more complicated. But I'll put my link in the chat. Actually, why don't I share my screen so you can see what we're talking about? There it is. There's our house, our log cabin. Let me go to my website here and put it in the chat. We'll do it over here. I have a Brain Tools website. I call it Brain Tools. There we go, braintools.com. It's just a place where I have all my notes, setting goals, it's all about knowledge and skills, taking action. You have results. Sometimes they're good. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you learn. Hopefully you learn. But if we go up here, I can type in perspective. Perspective. Oops, it's in here somewhere if I spell it right. There it is, perspective, and it comes up. And these are all my things I have on perspective. I have more stuff. Yeah, there's stuff here. Look at that, perspective. All these videos on perspective, all this stuff on perspective. A lot of good stuff on perspective. I'll put that in the chat. If you click on any of these, they're really good. David Finch is one of my favorite. Introduction to Perspective, really good stuff. Click on it and you can see 25 minutes.
Now we need to talk about vanishing points.
Vanishing
the closer
points.
things are.
Let's see. He did really good stuff. Yeah,
This
we
will be
just
behind this one, so it needs to be.
most replayed right there.
So
There's
I
a
can place
plane.
all of my lines.
There. So
Reverse is true if I draw a cube.
that's really good. So that's a really good introduction. He's awesome. You should look at all his other stuff, but I'll put that link in the chat. Copy that and put it in the chat. Alrighty. I'll put it in the chat. All right. Where is the chat? Oh, is this class going to be next week also? No, next week we are off. We're going to be taking the last week off of every month. Next week is going to be not the last week, but the second to the last week. We might be taking the last 2 weeks, but next month we'll probably take the last week. That's April. Yeah, we go every week, but yeah, I got to take some days off because I want to put my videos together and help more people. And I feel like I repeat myself a lot, but if I have like all the basic foundation information out there, I don't have to repeat myself as much. So here we go. Let's take a look at the vanishing points on this, and so I can point this out.
Claudio,
yes.
before you get going,
Yeah.
I'm confused about the weeks off. You said next week off, but the last week of the month.
Yeah, I want to, yeah. I want to
That's
take
two
off the
different
last.
weeks.
Yeah, right. Well, probably starting next month, April. I'll probably take.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's clarification. Clarity is key. You know, there's no need to live in confusion. Asking questions, especially now with ChatGPT, you can ask questions. Even if you don't know what questions to ask, you can ask it. Hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Or what question should I ask? It's well, yeah, you should be asking questions. That's I would tell my students, curious people will rule the world. That's being curious, is seeing how things work and asking, well, how did you do that? What's that? You know, it is really is about curiosity. What is perspective? Those are great questions. What is a vanishing point? You should be asking those questions. So especially if you want to learn. So here we go. Here's let's find these vanishing points. So they're going to be way off
So
yeah.
just a quick question. I'm sorry.
Yes,
I
no,
have to
don't be
leave a
sorry.
little early, but I really appreciate this class, and you know, the exercises really kind of helped me break out of the trap of, you know, whatever. But is it going to be the 28th then?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I don't miss it.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right.
be back to 28. We'll be back to 28.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I just
Oh,
have
you're
to go.
welcome.
I have to do some work, so I have to leave
Okay.
early.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, we're here for a long time. But yeah, whatever you can do,
Yeah.
5 minutes a day. And that's why, yeah. All right, cool. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah, you know, and it's getting out. Our biggest challenge sometimes is ourselves. So that's the whole thing. That's the warrior way. Just, you know, atomic habits, whatever it is, if it's just 1 minute a day, having those little warm-ups do help. Trying to ask questions because you'll get stuck. It's like, well, what is perspective? Why doesn't this look right? And don't have the answers until you ask the question, but then sometimes you just hang there. So here, why isn't this working? Well, because the vanishing points are way off the page, like I said earlier, right? So there's a vanishing point that's way back there somewhere, but you can see it tapers, and I mean, all these lines here would go to that vanishing point back there. And the vanishing point, yeah, let me see, it should be on a horizon line. So, I mean, I would say that the horizon line is actually there. That's probably the horizon line. Yeah, that is the horizon line. Because even if you look at here on the lines here, this line down here is not the actual horizon line. They brought it down, but you can see inside the logs, this line here, they all line up with the lines going straight across. Because down here the lines go up, and here the lines go down, right to the vanishing point. Those two lines, and that's the horizon line. That center line right in there. That's the horizon line. All right, yeah, it does take some time. It does take some time. And look at all this detail. But I mean, you can see that it's broken down. There's another vanishing point up here with this roof because it's at an angle. It would go up there and it looks like there's another vanishing point up there. And yeah, you don't see it, but there it is. Let's take a look at drawing a square here. I don't know, there to there to there. Yeah, that's the center right there. I don't know, I'm just playing around. All right, that's it. I don't know if should we draw that? I'm kind of we've drawn stuff like this before. You know what, we even did this last year. We did where is that? Oh, here it is. We did this. Oh, where is he at? Oh, I went forward. That's what happened. We did oh no. I just lost all my drawings. We did the brain fog. We did the St. Patrick's Day drawing. Here, my internet's unstable and so am I. Here we go. Let's go back. 27 pictures. Oh my gosh. Busy. You guys are busy. Look at these pictures here. Let me move this out of the way. There we go. Oh, yeah. Geez, Louise. Oh, I want to draw that. That looks actually pretty simple. Pretty cool. I'm gonna have to go all the way around again. This one's actually pretty cool. I like that picture. That's pretty cool. Oh, somebody added something. Yikes, this is certainly an advanced student. It breaks it down. I do break this down. Being regularity jumped on by a cat. Yeah. Somebody asked. Oh, somebody was asking about doing manga kind of cartoons. All right, there's the warm-ups. Somebody appreciated. That's Patrick's Day stuff. That's what we're gonna do. All right, so and then the trees. We've done trees. I'll break some of this stuff down. But yeah, there's our log cabin. Our log cabin. Now we got some chickens. Look at all those chickens. And then this one, oh, let me point this one out. This is almost has like a third point. It doesn't really have, it has this vanishing point that's down here. You see, so you really don't have to follow the rules. I mean, there's other sides to this building, but you don't see it. You just see this one vanishing point that's down. It kind of really makes it eerie. It kind of really weird. It's all over the place, but it's following some kind of. Then you have these ellipses actually as well, and this is yeah, from Holly Spanner's Haunted House Drawing Tutorial. It is out of season, but isn't it fun? Yes, this is fun. I do want you to notice these little ellipses that are kind of going back and forth in here. There it is. That path is kind of like on an ellipse. Look at that, and then it shoots out. Right, and let's bring this one down. Right in there, bam. You see that ellipse? Look at that, like an S. Two ellipses. Pretty cool. All right. Oof. Yeah, too much to do, too little time. Clear all drawings. So I guess I don't know, we've drawn stuff like that before. How do I close this? All right, there it is. We've drawn stuff like that before. So I don't know if there's a real request to draw it, we'll draw it. You can do it on your own. It would be a good challenge. I don't know. We've done some really simple drawings. I really like this one. If we break this one down, because it's just the shapes here. I kind of wanted to point some of this stuff out. The angles, the head here, just a little circle here. The circles up here, like in there and right in here. Let me see. Let's move these around. Yeah, see that circle? Maybe make it a little bigger. Yeah, there it goes. Fits nicely right there. See this one, probably bigger as well. Right in there. It has a little bit of a pull on there. It's not a perfect circle, but that gives you an idea. And also being able to see it like, again, in parts and seeing what's not there. If you were to imagine a line there and seeing this triangle there, and it curves in and out, but you gotta see that whole big space, that shape. All right, and these angles. I mean, it does curve in and out. All right, I don't know. Should we draw this one? I'll take some suggestions. I'm kind of like, whew, ready to kind of move on. These are simple drawings. You can probably do them on your own. Yep. I think we'll let's clear those drawings. I'm just breaking them down. You can draw them on your own. I'll take requests unless you want me to do this. Say, hey, let's draw that one. All right, you got to find what tickles your fancy. All right, so let's see. We got that creature. A lot of these creatures from Dr. Seuss. I'm pretty sure they're Dr. Seuss. Angles, look at all those angles ziggling down the zag. There's that. There's these chickens. We can draw the chickens.
Oh, if we're taking requests, I want to do the stairs. I have trouble with stairs.
Ah, okay. Trouble with stairs. Which stairs? There's stairs there.
The one with the Zeus character walking down it.
The zigzaggy ones. All right, cool.
Yes.
All right. By request, Ellen, we're gonna do the zigzags. And all it is it's angles. It's all it is angles. I didn't really take a look at it. Oh, look at that one. We'll do that next. Little St. Patrick's. We'll take a pause. Right now we'll do the angles for Ellen. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. Here we go. Ooh. All right, so here we go. All right, so you can kind of see where the whole thing's kind of going. And there's almost even, look at that. Kind of going back with a vanishing point. And Dr. Seuss, being a doctor, kind of can see that. You can kind of see it goes here and then it goes in. There we go. That's interesting, these two angles here. So that kind of it envelopes this. And this envelope really helps a lot. Got to see the big, there's a lot of angles and stuff, but being able to see the big angles first, we talk about the papa shapes and then the mama shapes. And then all the other angles. Basically, all it is just angles. There's no horizontals. See, this is horizontal. There's really, this one's slightly vertical. But even that one, there's a slight angle to it if I put right to it. And here's definitely our main point of interest composition wise, because this actually even echoes it right in here, kind of like brings you back over and kind of your eye kind of comes back and then goes up that way also. So as your eye comes up, goes up here. It's really interesting what artists do to lead your eye through their work, right? These angles kind of going this way, the arms. All right, so I do see these major angles, and then it's really just all these angles to get these stairs. Regularly, it depends on you have your verticals, but this angle here, we're going to the vanishing point, depending on where it is, your vanishing point. It would go that way. Then you'd have your vertical, and then this going to your vanishing point. Your next one going up, and then to your vanishing point. And if these were stairs, they'd go back to your other vanishing point, to your other vanishing point. Depends on where that vanishing point is. Every corner, back to that vanishing point, back to that vanishing point. Although, yeah, depends on how far it is. So if it's really far, then it would make more sense. This coming up, this going back, up, and then back like that. So you can see those stairs. Let's do this. Stairs are wonky, but the character is vertical. Yeah, he is. Because of gravity, but yeah, the stairs are wonky. All right, so let's I kind of like that. I'm gonna put that in the chat and we'll draw this out. There's a lot of detail. I mean, you can see the angles of these, and then it's broken down into smaller angles. But I'll just put that in the chat. Let's take this one on. Then we'll call it a session, and then we'll open up another session. And I think we'll do the I'd like to do the St. Patrick's one and see how it's different, because I know we did this last year, the exact same drawing. We'll see how much of a difference a year makes. Wow, we've been doing this for over a year. We've been doing this for 3 years now, I guess. Only charging for 1 year. And I think it was reset finally. I don't know. I think I learned how to reset that funding thing, but we're gonna work on other stuff. All right, it's in the chat. So let's stop sharing and let's start caring. All right, here we go. Here's the hand. Talk to the hand. All right, so I didn't really break it down any other way other than let me move this out this way. Oh, I downloaded it twice. All right, close that one. Here we go. I kind of see, and I can actually see this angle, the angle and the space that it's going to take is right in here. See this angle and the space, and I know it goes wider and it gets smaller, and this side's actually a little straighter. But I'm kind of just trying to see the height, the width, the area that it's taking. I'm blocking it in, and if I even really look, this kind of almost goes straight up, but it does kind of get a little smaller. And then I'm looking at my thirds. Well, actually, the paper is actually cut, but it's about a third of the way up there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, let's come out a little more this way, a little more this way, but I'm not worried about that. I can see this, oh, the third on the way up as well, the rule of thirds. And then here's also, this is also kind of, as it goes back and forth, I can kind of see where it's at. There's a lot of angles in here, so it can't be confusing. This will be good for angles. All right, so I'm trying to see how I'm blocking it in, where it's gonna go. And the main event, our main person right in here. You got to see everything else kind of, this is all just secondary. What's primary is this, the character that's going to go in here. All this is just support, literally and, would it be literally and literally? They're literally stairs, and it's also literally visual support. Interesting. All right, so there's our character. Let's get him to kind of look right and fit right, and then I'll focus on the stairs afterwards. So I didn't really break him down, but yeah, there's his head. I can see his head right there. That's a circle. Then there's a space, a little bit less than the size of the head. And then you have the body, which is kind of like a bell shape, kind of comes down. And there's that oval again. There's that oval again. And I might have to make it a little smaller or bring all the stairs back down a little bit more. No, the stairs are about right there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring the stairs down a little bit. See, this is the important thing. So everything else is secondary. So I am gonna bring the stairs down, but look how easy it is to bring the stairs down. Bring the stairs down and bring this whole thing down just slightly. Because this is the primary thing right here. And his foot comes out at an angle. His foot curves at this angle. And then his foot goes back and then down onto some stairs there. Oh, there's a stair that's going to be right in here. You got to get the character in. Everything else kind of is put there for this character. And he's vertical. All right, there I blocked it in. I'm kind of happy with that. Happy with that. I can break this down in half. There's some eyes in there, and I don't know, it's kind of like a little mustache. I can see the eyes that are going to be in there. Let me zoom in so you can see what I'm doing, talking about, because I don't know, in that picture, you can barely see anything. So like a little bit above the middle, there's two eyes. They're round. 1, 2. Oh, and then there's like 2 dots for an eye. All right. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Next class is the 28th, I believe. Is it the 28th? I'm not sure. I'm canceling next week's class, though. Next week's class is canceled. The points for the eye. Points for the eye. Yep. There it is. There's the points. And then there's a nose a little bit to the left. I'm going to put just a little dot for the nose. There it is. And then everything else is just hair in there. Everything else is just hair. So just almost scribble, but it's getting that feel. And this is where it's kind of like hard because the spacing, the size, the direction, it's a little more advanced, a little tougher to get. So if it's not exact, don't beat yourself up. We do that sometimes. You give yourself some grace. So I've learned that's the word of the year. Give yourself some grace. You know, nobody's perfect. And just do the best you can until you practice and you get better. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. It's about practice. It's about enjoying what you do and challenging yourself. Sometimes it's not fun. That's the thing. Sometimes you gotta like, okay, you kind take on the challenge, but you know what it is? What is fun is if realizing like, okay, this is gonna be a challenge, but you do something that's hard and it's not easy, and then you get it, and it's, oh my gosh, the satisfaction and joy you feel from taking on something hard, whether it's perspective or portraits or whatever other P word. The challenges, whatever your challenge is, and you're like, oh my God, I got it. I can't believe I have this skill. I have this knowledge. I have, and then pass it on. Be a hero. Pass it on. Pass it on. Like, share, subscribe. Hey, this is the way I did it. This is the way I did it. You can do it too. Praise the practice. Praise the process. It's about the process. It's the how. How did you do it? I don't know. I just became a warrior, sketchbook warrior. You are a warrior. There's a little bit of a bell shape. It gets a little bit in and then out, slight in and out on this character here. And it's got a lot of fuzz and fur. I'm going pretty quick. I'm actually speeding it up. I'm actually speeding up my drawing. Here's another oval. There's an oval. That's why I got to learn to practice those ovals. Inside oval, and then the legs pop out of that little oval as it comes out. Let's see, it just comes with practice. You're even getting texture. That's another exercise you're gonna be doing. I'm gonna practice texture. I'm gonna practice for my warm-up. Or if you have a new materials too, you can do all the warm-ups again with every new material you get. Or you can actually, I actually want to do a series where actually it's a warm-up and one is practice in the lesson, but doing the same warm-up, and then one is art, just doing the warm-up, just doing a scribble painting and doing a painting and having nothing but scribbles in it as a painting would be interesting. So anyways, so the legs coming out there. I'm not gonna erase. I'm just gonna draw a little bit darker. So the top part is light and then the back part is dark, slightly. A little bit of a band. Then this hairy foot that has a little bit of a curve in it. I kind of have a place, but I'm adding a little bit more of a curve. Little hairy toes. Right in there. See, I'm just doing it really quick, so I am going a little fast. Do the best you can. A little bit of a shadow underneath the foot. It's forward facing us. Yeah, these relationships, artists understand where they are, things are in space, coming forward, going away. And this leg coming down and back. Oh, let's go back. This leg coming back. And then it goes on to stair. Let's see, it goes around the stair. This foot is kind of like wrapped around the stair. And we'll use that as our starting stair point. The stairs, the famous stairs that Oliver Hardy and Laurel and Hardy. Oliver's his first name. Laurel Hardy. Yep, El Gordo y la Flaca. No, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, are here in our backyard. Not my backyard literally, but near it's the piano scene. It's the piano animation where animation. I'm losing my mind here. Animation, short video movie where they take the piano up these stairs. Those stairs are here near what lake is that? Silver Lake, yeah, near Silver Lake, off of Sunset Boulevard. All right, this hand is a triangular here. See, look at this triangle shape. You see that triangle shape, and then it's just the inside paw, and then the thumb. See that thumb, and then opening it up, and he's got those fingers, a couple fingers sticking up, one here, and one there, the pinky, and it's a little off. Alrighty. And then the other hand coming back, and I can't see what's happening there. Let me see. Let me move the picture. See if I can see some better detail. Oh yeah, there it is. Same thing. There's comes and opens to the palm, the thumb, and scribble it in. If anything, you know, I'm just that's what I'm doing. And there's two fingers sticking up. 1, 2, right in there. But again, look at that triangle there, and that thumb is in there. This finger curves a little bit. Now let's get everything else in there. Now I'm going to block it in. I'm going to block in the blocks, and then let's see. We're going to start with the bottoms up, and then go up. All right. So that's a good way to do it. So here we go. We got a whole set of stairs in here. And here, this is actually this is like an important part right in here. This, there, that, and this is the widest part. This one stair actually is going to be right in there, staring right at you. Then we got another stair. Now I am drawing ovals and circles, but this is just to help me get with the placement. There's another there, and then there's a whole bunch that just kind of come up in here, like right there, like in this space. And then it goes up in one direction, back in one direction. See, and this back and forth right in here. Back and forth right in there, and then back and forth kind of like all the way up. But you can see how I blocked it inside and got these angles and to fit inside the big shapes. And then even though I have these, I can start, let's see, breaking this down as well. I've got another, here we go. Right in here, this comes up, this comes down, right in there. There's this other block that's like right in here. And this block, and these angles are everywhere. So it's a really we're going to start here and then just go all the way up to the top. All right, so the most important part, I guess, is right here, because this is really forcing us to kind of take a look at the step that he's stepping on, this one right here. So this one, this line right here, this one is going up. There's almost, actually, this is probably the only one that's vertical. This one right here, this line right here is almost the only one that's vertical. We're going to get this side. And then this kind of goes up slightly from there. And then here, this is almost horizontal, but it does go, or from left to right, it goes down. It's all about the direction. And then this step right here is there. He's got this foot on this step. And this is coming down. This is coming down at this angle here. Right in there. See? I have all these little scribbles, but it just fits in there. Let's zoom in a little bit so you can just kind of focus on what I'm doing. See, I got that scribble here, that other scribble there, and these other scribbles there. But this is the step. It's now kind of like broken down. Here, I can see this going up and to the right slightly. And then it goes into the middle of the foot right here. See this other angle there. And then all this is shaded. All this is shaded up to the foot. There we go. Playing pickleball yesterday. That was fun. All right, here we go. There's that. There's 2 steps. All right, we got 2 steps. Watch these angles here. So I don't know how else. I mean, we've got a ruler here, but you can see the angle. See this angle. And you can see there's little ovals in here. This W, it almost looks like a W in there. And then this angle, ooh, is steeper. It really forces you to see these angles. And if you can imagine them kind of continuing, then that kind of helps. That really helps. All right, so that's the top. We've got 2 steps. I'm gonna do the bottom now. I can see the thickness of this step in here and this angle. This angle kind of opens up as it comes down. See, it's tapers. It gets closer here, and then as it comes down there. And then this angle here. There, that's it. And it's coming along. It's just trying to get the angles. But those little circles kind of helped with the spacing and where things go. See, I have that circle there, and I'm doing the angles around it. And then here, this comes down. Ooh, if you want to do some stairs, you got to look at MC Escher's work. And this line's going straight up and down. Right here. MC Escher. MC Escher, one of my favorite artists growing up. See this angle? There's a slight angle going down to the right. It's going down. And then this here is almost horizontal, actually. This line here is almost horizontal. And this is the bottom of that stair right in there. See, this is almost horizontal. Here we go. Yep, sometimes you got to just try angles. Got to keep trying. There I go again. There goes that news van again. All right, so then here you can see this angle. It's a little bit, it's almost horizontal. It's going up from left to right. It's going slightly up. And then here it still goes even further down for that triangle. And then this one coming out right in there. See, there that is. Oh, and I'm seeing the space in here. See, I'm seeing that space in there. These big chunks. Here's another chunk right in here. This bottom chunk, but then up the stairs on the top are more. There's smaller chunks at the bottom, and there's more chunks on the top, which is interesting. See, I try to chunk it down into parts. Then I see these parts there. And I'm going to be running out of room. I'm not going to have enough space. Let me see. Yeah. So it should be at least one more. Yeah, it should be a little bit more. I'm out of space. I'm out of space. I'm out of time. I'm out of my head. When you're not around, you're out of touch. All right, here we go. Being silly here tonight. There's no other way to be. Being silly is the best. All right, what's on? So. All right. Mi tia, my aunt. Somebody sent me a picture. Oh wow. Oh, the auroras. Oh, this is the Aurorus Borealis. Wow, that's insane. Oh man, I want to go. Ooh, and I also want to go to see in April. I'll probably take another day off. I want to go see the solar eclipse here from Texas. Well, from Mexico. From Mexico, it's going to go from Mexico all the way to I think New York, out that way. So it's going to run a path from south to north and across the border. Just kidding. I know immigration is a big issue in this year's debates have been. Oh my gosh, politics. Stay out of them. Here we go. I know. It's crazy, but we keep printing money. That's the thing. All right, so I don't talk politics. This is like the first time ever. All right, so here we go. We got a lot of stairs up on top. How do we fix that? How do we fix that? So we got to figure that out. There's a lot of stuff. We can see the path, we kind of see the path, and then there's a lot of, we got to break that path up. So that's a good way of doing it. See, we got to see this path, and all it is angles, but we see the big path. That's the big picture. That's the big papa line coming down, this big papa line. And now we got to break it up. So here we go. Nothing to see here. Just break it up. You can see that this one kind of comes back down, and then it goes slightly down. All right, thanks. I'm actually going to be off just for 1 week, but yeah, maybe I should take 2 weeks off, huh? Yeah, take my vacations. I got a lot of sick days. I'm just kidding. I do this for free. All right, here we go. Okay, here we go. All those, you know what, people have donated. Thank you for those of you who have donated in the past or donated. We raised, I think, for a year's worth of work, $500. Thank you so much. I mean, it's very, very helpful. Like right now, yeah, and I bought lights and I bought some other stuff, but I need to, yeah, I will be, when I take my time off, I'll be able to, oh, and I got my laptop back because it was stolen. So that was $1,000 in itself right there. So yeah, it helps. I mean, that was a setback.
You got it back?
No, I didn't get it back. I bought a new one. I
Oh,
wish I got it back because all the information that I had on there was good. All right, so we're breaking the stairs down, breaking it down. So I'm seeing these angles. I'm trying to see the inside, this inside part first, and then worry about the backside because I have this backside. But I'm gonna focus on these angles here, this angle there, and how it relates to this angle here. Because it looks like it's off. Let me see. I've got this one there, fits inside this one. There should be another square here. Yeah, it should kind of points to this one. So I'm actually probably going a little far. There's that M. So I have this angle here and then this M. And then we've got, it comes out, oh, slightly up. Yeah, I wish I would have got it back. I really do. That's already been a year since that was taken. Yep. My car broken into. Downtown LA. Yep. Don't. I'm on. I mean, if it would have taken my car, I would have been fine. I don't know my laptop though. Yeah, I had a lot of good stuff on it. My laptop and 2 iPads. So yeah, it was more than just a laptop. It's 2 iPads. So I'm seeing this. Notice I'm seeing this shape and stuff in here and how it breaks up. And the missing space down here. I wish I could probably draw on my table. It would go down this way. Then there's two more steps right in here. There's 2 more steps in here. See, I can see them. I can see them as one step and then break it apart. Right. But that's it. So that's the steps here. Now we need to see the angles. This is going to be a little bit easier. So this side is facing us. Now this stuff that's not facing us is down at an angle. So let's see these angles. These angles are pretty almost consistent. Well, they're kind of like, they're definitely going, well, from left to right up. But they're kind of, let's see how we can get these. This one I can, in relationship to this corner, it just comes down, doesn't come out that far. To there. See, that's it. There's that. And then I just shaded it. There's that step. And then here it sticks out a little bit. And again, this one, I can bring them out slightly. But here I know it's going to come past this line here. It's coming past this line. So here it just comes past slightly. Right in there. And then it's also that. At this angle. See that angle? That angle's echoed on that side. There it is. Yeah, stairs can be tricky, but it's all just angles. It really is just angles. It really is just angles. It's trying to see the angles, the shape, the ratios. See that angle there. And then these 2 stairs kind of like almost, they go together. See this goes together. There's some separation there. So, and then here we go, that. There we go, that's it. I know there's more stuff here, but I kind of broke that up. Ah, that's good enough. All right, here we go, let's do this. There's this stair here comes down, and we see the bottom, just kind of like see these three bottoms. There's this one here coming down, and then this one is pretty much straight across. See that bottom right there? And then here, I can see that this step right here gets smaller as it goes up. There we go. Let's keep it going. Then it's gonna be, I can see one step there, one step here. I'm just kind of scribbling these ovals. One step there, and then it just gets all crazy. I think, and then start curves up. Yeah, there's craziness. All this craziness. There's all this crazy detail in here. All right, we'll do what we can. I'm just gonna fake it, and I'm just gonna do it. See, just a lot of back and forth, and it's all just angles. See these angles? This angle here, there, and then it's just gonna go up. And the rest, as it goes back, I mean, people really don't notice. This is probably the important part. And as it goes up, because it's going back, it's getting smaller and detail, and it doesn't matter as much. I mean, it matters, but it's just, it's trying to get the angles. As I go back and forth, it's almost like lightning. It's like thunder. It's like lightning. The way you love me is frightening. I'm just gonna knock on the wood, baby. Oh my gosh, am I getting being silly tonight? What did I have? I had tacos. Alrighty, here we go. Went up. I'm just going back and forth. I'm looking to kind of see where it's at. And you see, this doesn't really, what's important is that you're doing it. And the second thing is that you're trying to see how it fits. I can see that it needs to go to the left and then to the right, left, back in that spot. But getting the angles, like here, this angle actually even already starts going up. Look at this, doesn't go down anymore. This one goes up, or it's coming down from left to right, it's coming down. But I'm seeing this space, and then I can see this kind of come. Maybe I need to bring that back. Yep. And then it goes in, out. And I don't know. It's all this detail. It can be fun, but then it can be tedious trade. No more tedious trade. Okay, so here I can see this. This looks like a letter E. Boom, 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 right there. That's an epsilon right there. That E. And I saw it there, and I made it fit in that space. And then I think it goes back and forth a little bit more. I don't know. It gets lost in there. And then here again, back and forth.
Another word for tedious is meditative.
Ah, meditative. Yes, meditative. The power of repetition. Repetition and repetition is the mother of learning. It's also can be. But if you have a focus and you're like challenging yourself every time, changing it up, be the owner of your learning. Like here, I'm trying to just tedious. Can be a little tedious. I don't know. Here we go. It's some craziness stuff happening here. A lot of charcuterie. It's you got to see the stairs. What's his name? Stairs. Escher stairs. Escher stairs. I like that substitution. Which one? I don't know. I'm just talking.
I posted Escher's stairs once.
Oh, you did? Oh, that's right. You did.
Yeah, I posted it as a joke, but I plan to repost it sometime for serious because you said you can break it down, and
I can break it down. I mean, we would only spend one whole day on that drawing, but yeah, it would be yeah, sure. Like here, like okay. So let's focus because it's actually these stairs are kind of, you can see the tops here this way, the dark side, and then it crosses over this. And there's like little lights and darks, But like back here, you can almost even just scribble this back here and you're done. See how I just kind of like even just scribbled back there, and what's important is down here, and as it comes back here, you know, just like it gets lost there. Look how fast I did that. But let's put a little more definition into it as it comes back. Look, kind of like the top part here is dark, and then it kind of that switches over to this other side. And then it's just going back and forth, really, and it's back and forth. All these little back and forth, kind of like back and forth. And I think I might just leave it at that. I don't know. You can go in there and look at all these angles, but you can sometimes you just all right. I got the feel of it. That's it. You got to choose your battles. That's it. Be a warrior. Choose your battles. So I want to be a warrior and say, okay, we're just going to scribble that in. It's a sketch. And it just goes up and back like that. All right. Choose your battles and say, okay, I'll choose that battle. I know in the war of things, I'll come back to stairs sometime and take a little more time and do it. But here you go. You get the idea. I guess it's getting the idea. That's it. And then practicing. And everybody's at a different pace. So, you know, you can't be here all night. But you get the idea. All right, let's move on. Like, subscribe, and comment. I do read the comments in the YouTube channel. Here, let's see. Oh,